Day to everyone out there, or happy hump day to those of you that like to say hump day. This is the Hey Shameka Show with comedian Alicia Coley. And Miss Alicia will be here in just a few minutes. You guys know how it happens here in Atlanta. You get one drop of rain and traffic stops to a halt. But it did actually pour down today. And we have some great guests coming up for you today. We have Lester Bibbs is a comedian. He's going to be in shortly. We have Gail Bean, actress. We're going to do a phone call interview. And we have the one and only one Tippy.
Oh, thank you.
Appreciate you coming in and joining us today.
We about to turn up. We about to have some fun.
I know. For those of you that don't know Tippy, he is a local artist and musician and songwriter, and he's actually one of our family here at IBNX Radio. He's on our sister show, Live Life in the Purple.
Yes. IBNX is definitely family, and I don't take that word light. So we've been here since day one, you know.
So definitely a great pleasure to have you on air with us today.
Thank you.
So what you got going on this week? Anything big been happening, or since last week, since it's only Wednesday?
Since it's only Wednesday, I've been recording and working on a new project where it's been taking me places that really ain't want to go but need to be done before, you know.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So just kind of hitting home a little bit?
A lot of bit.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's always great, especially for us artists, to have something to push us that way. It's very great for personal development.
Yeah, definitely. I'm grateful to be an artist because, you know, a lot of people don't know how to express themselves. Period. So any form of expression is somewhat good because if you hold it in, it's going to build up and, spill over.
Builds up, and when people hold stuff in, that's what unfortunately happens sometimes when you see people all of a sudden they blow up.
Mm-hmm.
What they see as people blowing up at people and just going into this rage, and it's stuff that they've been holding back over and over and over again. And I mean, those of us, even if you don't want to show emotion, to a lot of people, you still have to need an outlet for that emotion to go. Yeah,
it's all about expression because, like you said, when you hold certain stuff in, like even from childhood, it may be negative things you held in, it may be positive things, but just make sure, okay, is an example with the positive. Your expression, like you pulled in something as a child, something positive. And if you express that, you're affecting another life in a positive way.
Exactly.
So you have to express yourself. Just find the right way to do it.
I definitely agree with that. And we have Miss Alicia. Welcome.
Alicia is in the building. Tippy, welcome.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Okay.
If y'all haven't talked about the traffic.
Oh, I started with that.
Oh, my goodness. Y'all, I listen, I don't even know where to start. I went to work this morning. I was stuck on 285 this morning. Had I had listened to the news, though, I would have known that it was a double fatality, unfortunately, this morning.
No.
But I was stuck in traffic. Not to bring the mood down, not to bring the mood down.
Nah, but traffic is it downs the mood because that is crazy.
Traffic does down the mood.
It's crazy in Atlanta.
Yes, very crazy in Atlanta. And I was just stuck in traffic again. So I was like double bubble today with this traffic, with the rain. Yeah. It was just really crazy. So,
well, we're glad you made it to us
I
safely.
made it
That's the important part.
I killed a lot of people with my eyeballs, today. I did. I looked at them real hard, like, you gonna die right now. Just get out my way. So, but I'm here.
All right.
Yeah, and welcome everybody to the show who's listening.
Oh, yeah. Definitely going to have a great show for everyone. Like I said, Alicia and I are here. Tippy's here, and then we have Lester Bibbs, comedian's going to come here in a little bit later, and we'll also have a phone interview with the wonderful actress Gail Bean. So she's definitely one of Atlanta's own here, so that will be a great time as well. So you have anything going on this week?
This week, what do I have going on? So this Saturday, I have a show this Saturday with a bunch of funny people.
Okay.
Plug Chapman is on the show. Kareem Plug Chapman, let me say his full name. I am Terry King on Instagram. Terry King is a comedian. I don't know where Terry is really from. I know I met him here and then he moved, so I don't know if he's from New York or from Atlanta or not from either one of those places. And we just met.
He just from somewhere.
He's from somewhere.
Okay.
Marty P.
Does he live here in Atlanta?
No, he moved to New York.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Marty P's gonna be there.
Marty P's gonna be on the show this Saturday.
Where
and
is it
we
at?
are going to be at the Moose Lodge in Bogart, Georgia. I never heard of Bogart. Bogart.
Okay, what is that close to? Because I've never heard of
I'm
Bogart.
gonna have to Google it and get back to you on that because I don't
I've
even
been
know.
in Atlanta 21 years and I have never heard of Bogart.
Hey Terry, is this show a real show? Cause she been down here 20 years and she ain't never heard of Bogart.
No.
So we need to know.
No, there's a lot of towns.
I know.
Towns here in the Atlanta area and the outskirts that are like an hour or so away from us. So it's probably one of those towns.
Yeah, and I don't want to forget about Will Foskey because he's on the show too. So
Okay.
yeah, so it's gonna be a great show.
All right. Well, definitely give me that information so I can
sure will.
slide out there and see what you guys are about. Definitely see you and Marty. I know
Yeah.
the two of y'all. Very funny.
Two crazies.
So, do you have any shows coming up soon, Tippy?
Yeah, September we have a tour in Japan coming up, 6 days.
Oh wow.
Oh, nice. I'm about to go with y'all.
Okay.
Gonna be.
You need
Vietnam.
you need an assistant.
I need everything.
Hey.
I need the plane. I need the seats. I need
Now,
the
listen.
people to put in them.
I don't know if I can do about the plane and the seats, but if you need an assistant,
For sure.
I can see how I can work that out so I can assist you on this tour because that sounds nice
It's
in
gonna
Japan.
Be, yeah, 89 till Jay Mazur, Ripper the Kid, Fame.
Oh, wow.
We did a show in Miami back in March
Okay.
called Live at the Crib where it was 89 till gang with a bunch of dope artists from Miami and it was a crazy turnout. So we finna take this thing to Japan.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
definitely.
I want to go.
I got a question.
I got a passport.
I got a
That
question.
wasn't your question? Oh,
No, I have a question
okay.
because I hear it in your voice. Don't get mad if I
where you
get it wrong.
Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna tell her where she from.
Where I'm from?
I like this. Go ahead.
New Orleans.
No, I
Oh.
get that a lot.
I'm sorry, Louisiana. Either I'm gonna say Louisiana or Philadelphia.
It's Philly, but I do
Philly.
get the New Orleans a
Okay.
lot. Yep.
Yeah, because
That's
I heard
pretty
Philly. I heard like Philly in there, and I'm like, oh, it's New Orleans. So
Yeah, I get New Orleans a lot, but no baby, I'm from Philly.
yeah,
Awesome. Where am I from, Tippy?
you from the great state of Georgia?
No,
No.
not originally.
See, where are you from?
Not originally. I've been here 21 years though, so I have a little southern twang, but not originally from here.
I would say Cali. I think Cali, if anywhere.
Nope,
No?
not Cali. I know I really don't have a real accent, so it's kind of hard to.
You don't.
To tell where I'm
You
from,
don't.
right?
You went to school. We know
Oh,
that.
what are you trying to say exactly?
No. You went to school. You went to school,
went
but you
to
held
school.
on to your feeling, Nate. To your feeling roots.
Well,
you held on.
where I'm from, we don't really have an accent. We have more of a dialect. So certain stuff that we say goes to the region, just kind of like stuff you say here in Atlanta is an Atlanta thing. Where I'm from, it's a
Mississippi.
no.
No, you need to go back up.
Go back closer
Go
to
up.
Philly. Yeah,
I'm gonna say Illinois,
no,
Detroit,
no.
Michigan. Nah.
He was gonna name everything.
Yeah. I need to name
DMV,
states.
DMV.
You from Washington,
Yeah, from DC, Maryland.
D.C.
Yep.
Which one? you just said three.
She
That's
from
a
all
tri-state.
three
I'm from DC. I
DC.
was actually born in Lynchburg, Virginia, but
Okay.
I grew up in Maryland and PG County, and it's literally right next to DC.
Gotcha.
So that's why I just say DMV,
Gotcha.
and we really don't have an accent there.
Y'all kind of do because when I hear Wale, I don't know if he, like doing more than what's normally done, but he got an accent. You can hear it
Yeah,
in his lingo.
I mean, sometimes we can have a little, but I think it's more of like a dialect, though. And the reason I say that is because when I first moved here, a lot of people made fun of me because I don't say water, I say water.
What's wrong with water? I say it
Obviously,
too.
there's a lot of people here that don't say water.
I
What they
say water.
say, water?
And they were like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "You know, WATER." And they was like, "That's not what you said." I'm like, "Listen, that's how I say where I'm from." Okay,
Uh,
you know, I pronounce a lot of things correctly, but water is not one of them.
I ain't never heard no black person pronounce water. I heard water, water,
Okay.
that, give me that.
That
pass
part
that,
right there.
You know, but I
That
never heard
part.
water, honestly.
Yeah. All right, so
So wait, where you from?
What do you think I'm from?
Not from here.
From where?
No, I don't know. I'm not. You came in here with the accent. What I want to call them. Decipherer. You the accent decipherer.
Nah, it was just heavy. Like, I just heard it. I was like, I don't know. I just had to ask y'all, where is she from?
No, seriously, are you from here?
Yes, I was raised in Atlanta.
Raised in Atlanta.
Originally from Miami. But I say I get the best of both worlds. But
Okay.
spent majority of my life up here in Atlanta.
I like Miami. I've been there a couple times.
awesome. All right, guys, so we will be right back here with you guys in just a couple of minutes here on the Hey Shameka Show with comedian.
Alicia Coley.
Check this out, y'all. Hey Shameka, new radio show on IBNX Radio featuring Alicia Coley and Shameka Love. It's going down. Y'all gonna love it, man. Take my word for it. Tune in every Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. We got you covered on this comedy thing, baby.
I got a big ego, ha ha ha, oh such a big ego, I got a big ego, she love my big ego, so stroke my big ego. I like to joke around a little bit, but here we go. Welcome to the wonderful world of gold plated Earl Cut. Everything I throw up, blow up. Talking to the girl, she said, know what? Grow up, you nasty. I don't understand why they tripping if you ask me. Flow just the nicest. I admit the propane I just spit probably just raised the gas prices. Everybody in the club trying to get as fresh as me. What you on, dog? Trying to stay recession free and spit refreshingly when I rock the stadium. You probably get sweaty, you should bring an extra tea. Now I'm standing next to Jay, who's standing next to B. Could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. That's good for my ego. Me and my ego, and he go wherever we go. My ego is my imaginary friend. He was with me when I was only imagining. I had dreams of the league. One day I played Kobe, or walk up to Puff and he'd really know me. Could've let the dream killers kill my self-esteem, or use the arrogance as a steam that power my dreams and my ego.
So, baby, let's get lost. You don't need to call into work cause you the boss. For real, want you to show me how you feel. I consider myself lucky, that's a big deal. Why? Well, you got the key to my heart, but you ain't gon' need it. I'd rather you open up my body and show me secrets you didn't know was inside. No need for me to lie. It's too big, it's too wide, it's too strong, it won't fit. It's too much, it's too tough. He talk like this cause he can back it up. He got a big ego, such a huge ego. I love his big ego. It's too much. He walk like this cause he can back it up. Usually I'm humble, right now I don't choose. You can leave with me or you could have the blues. Some call it arrogant, I call it confident. You decide when you find out what I'm working with. Damn, I know I'm killing you with them legs, but yet them thighs. Matter of fact, it's my smile or maybe my eyes. Boy, you a sight to see, kinda something like me. It's too big, it's too wide, it's too strong, it won't fit. It's too much, it's too tough. I talk like this cause I can back it up. I got a big ego, such a huge ego, but he love my big ego. It's too much, I walk like this cause I can back it up. It's too big, it's too wide, it's too strong, it won't fit. It's too much, it's too tough. He talk like this cause he can back it up. He got a big ego, such a huge ego, such a wrong. If you ain't know, I don't need no beat. I can sing it with piano.
This is Shameka Love. You're listening to Hey Shameka Show with comedian Alicia Coley on IBNX Radio. And we are back to the Hey Shameka Show with comedian
Alicia Coley.
All right, and we have only one Tippy here in the house with us tonight.
I'm in the building, riding the whole show.
You're riding with us, huh?
I'm in the car
We
with my
appreciate
seatbelt
that.
on.
We appreciate you riding. Well, we are at the point in our show for Sauce. And for anybody that's just tuning in this week, that is Shameka and Alicia's Unfiltered Commentary, one of our favorite segments.
Yes, it is. Very unfiltered.
We can say whatever we want. Well, we can say whatever we want the whole show.
Yes.
But we definitely say whatever we want during this part.
Yeah, and I'm going to start off by saying this Atlanta traffic could kiss my ass. Because, you know what? I had to get that out real quick. You know, no offense to the people that live here and y'all love the traffic, but I don't. I really don't. And I have a problem with it. And, of course, I only been here for 4 years, but it seems like nothing has been done in the 4 years that I've been here. Keisha Lance Bottoms, I need you to fix it. You in office now. I see you be checking people. I need you to check this traffic, please.
Let me just go ahead and let you down on that.
She not gonna fix it.
I've been here 21 years.
It's the same.
It's gotten worse.
It's gotten worse. That's what I'm saying. They
Gotten
need to
worse
fix
and
it.
worse. They're not gonna be able to fix it because everybody keep moving here. Everybody, we love y'all, but Atlanta is closed
Oh no.
to new people moving
They trying
in.
to close
I mean, I know we all transplants and everything. It's okay to come in, but I think it would be different if people moved in and maybe some people were moving out at the same time. But it seems that we have an influx of people moving in, but nobody really moving out.
it. Well, you know, it's the cheaper cost of living. That you know, that
Yes.
cost of living is a little bit less expensive. I'm not gonna say that it's not expensive.
Right.
It's just less expensive from where I know I came
Right.
from.
It
So I
definitely-
appreciate y'all, Atlanta.
Yeah, it
I
definitely
just don't like
depends on
traffic.
where you live too, as well. I think that's goes for any major city. Of course, if you live closer to the city, downtown, midtown, stuff like that, it's going to cost more money than if you live in the outskirts, the suburbs. But I think they're trying to get it together with the traffic. But I think most of the problems with the traffic is these people just don't know how to drive.
Girl, you ain't gotta tell me. Tippy, you know how to drive?
I know how to drive.
All right. Well,
But Atlanta traffic, you always gonna see construction in Atlanta.
yes.
There's always gonna be
They
construction
always working
going
on
and there's always gonna be
285,
traffic.
always working on 20. They've been working on 20.
You always
I know
gonna
for
be
20
staring
years.
at construction. No matter where you go in Atlanta, you
On
gonna
20
see
for
them
20.
yellow cones.
Yes.
I mean them orange cones. If you don't see them orange cones, you ain't from Atlanta. They always got construction going on everywhere.
All the time.
Yeah.
But I wanted to talk about this other thing too. In Calabasas, I don't know if y'all heard about the man who was shot in his tent in Calabasas, in front of his 2-year-old and 4-year-old daughters.
Oh,
Over the weekend,
wow.
they went camping.
That's
His wife
awful.
was studying for a test, and he wanted to take the kids out the house so she can take her exam. And he never returned, and someone
Oh,
shot him.
wow.
And they said there was other people on the campsite, so they heard the gunshots, but they didn't see who it was. I just don't understand. I feel like it's an inside job. That's what I feel like. It's an inside job because who knew that he was going to be there? Like somebody had to know that he was going.
Wow.
Somebody called and said, "Oh, you going to be there?" I think he was probably cheating on his wife. That's what
That
it
is
was.
all. Sorry.
Funny,
people.
not funny.
I'm getting over a summer cold, so if y'all hear me kind of having a little cough, that's what it is. I apologize, but that is hilarious. You're going to tie everything in that somebody was cheating?
He was cheating. He was
He
cheating.
probably was. That's why you need to be faithful.
Cause she kept the daughters alive. Like she was like, "I'm not gonna kill them. They not gonna remember me." I don't even know. I'm just saying it could have been a man.
How old was the kids?
2 and 4.
Well, I would hope they wouldn't kill him.
Well, I would hope so too. I didn't even want the man to get killed, but somebody killed him.
That's
It's
awful.
crazy.
Now, of course, there is some news that's happened very recently, as of today. You know, Mr. Joe Jackson.
Joe Jackson, yes, rest in peace to
Yeah,
him.
he's gone from us, and I know that I've kind of been at home and kind of seen some people's comments
I commented
on the social medias.
on the social medias.
Now, some people are, you know, kind of forgiving and then let bygones be bygones and let the past go. And other people's like, listen, I'm not upset that he is gone because he used to beat Michael. He used to beat, you know, Jermaine, Tito, all of them. But that wasn't a shocking thing to me. I actually read that someone said that he had actually kept everyone from coming to see him. And it was only a small group of people that he let in to see him right before he passed away. And I think it was maybe Rebe, and I don't know if it was LaToya, but I think they said it was like two daughters, older daughters, and then he let Catherine in, like right close to, not too far from when he was going to pass away. So I know everyone has a right to have around who they want to have around when they're passing away. You know, I work hospice sometimes myself, and so you definitely want to have the wishes of the person met, but that's just kind of...
Yeah,
it's kind of odd, just a little bit.
I saw some comments on Facebook too. My one of my friends actually posted like something like Joe about to be up there with Michael. They about to turn up. I was like, Michael was not fucking with Joe at all when they get up there. Not even in his presence. He was like, Jesus, listen, I ain't fucking with Joe. I'm not.
Man, all I can say is I hope they got like a few different sections so Joe
Right.
can stay on his side.
There's
You
many
know, Michael-
mansions up there. They did what they say in the Bible.
Michael be on his
He got his
side.
own mansion. No.
See, now you made me think, do he have Neverland up there?
Yeah.
Man, that would be awesome to
got
have
space.
Neverland.
They got space, but I can't tell you who going and who won't make it into heaven.
I can't say that either. I don't
Yeah.
know. I know I'm going.
Hey, you know what? That's right. You can only speak for yourself.
If there is a heaven, because I don't know yet, and nobody ain't come back and tell me
Okay.
if it is one. I don't know.
That's fair.
But if there is one, I will hope that I lived a life of a loving life towards people. Made a couple of y'all laugh. Made a couple of y'all, you know, feel my love and peace and joy and energy and all of that. And yeah, I don't think I'm burning. I
Yeah.
don't think I'm burning up with a lot of those other.
I think
People.
when the time comes, a lot of people are going to be surprised.
A lot of people gonna be
Gonna
surprised.
be surprised. Surprised in the fact that what they think is gonna get you to quote unquote heaven is probably not what they really think. Because you know, some people not knocking what anybody believes in.
Right.
I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. I'm not per se a religious person. I am a spiritual person.
Me too.
I do go to church if someone invites me. I grew up in the church. I used to sing in church. My brother's a pastor, so I have nothing wrong with religion. I just choose to be more spiritual than, you know, religious, organized religion. But for some people that think that you go to church every Sunday, you know, go to Bible study, you know, do your tithe, do your offering, do all that stuff, they think automatically that gives you a seat to go into heaven. But what's in your heart?
Exactly.
What's
in your
what's
heart?
in your mind, and how do you treat people?
And what's in your wallet? Oh, that's a commercial. Never mind.
That's how, you know, how you treat people. So I think sometimes people misconstrue physical requirements per se of what they think you should do, and really what is in your heart. How do you treat others? You know, what's in your mind? Because, you know, you God for you, whoever that may be, your spiritual being, they know what's in your heart.
Right.
Yeah,
They know what's in your heart. So I think that's the most important thing.
that's the only thing, you know. That's something I live by, because there's too much going on out here, you know,
Exactly.
to engulf yourself in negativity. So stay on that straight line and, you know, stay focused.
And that's why I love you. You always nice and positive. You know I'm a positive person. That pisses a lot of people off sometimes. I know it does.
Ooh.
I really don't care.
Don't be pissing nobody off, Shameka.
You gotta be.
I mean, I'm going to be me at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Whether somebody likes that or not. But my thing is, how can you be upset at somebody that's positive? Because I won't be negative with you.
Yeah,
That's the craziest thing I've ever heard of, and I know that's what it is.
Can you be negative with me one day?
What we being negative about?
I don't know. I gotta think of something.
Y'all gotta sit in traffic together. Sit in
Man,
traffic.
now I will say
Sit in
this:
traffic.
when I'm in traffic, whew,
Well, there you go.
yeah, this mouth, boy.
Well, I
You
have
get
a
real
question
reckless.
for Tippy.
Okay.
Because I know that y'all been knowing each other for a little bit. Like, I haven't. This is my first time meeting you.
Yes, ma'am.
So I've already. Did you call me ma'am?
He
Oh
did.
my
It's a
God.
Southern thing. It's a Southern thing.
Is it?
He didn't mean it no
I
way.
know they told you about that.
Yeah, I know
It's a
about
respect-
that. I
it's a
do.
respect thing. It's a
I
respect.
do.
That's what I say to my daughter. You
Oh,
know?
okay.
So,
All right, well, awesome. So I don't know about how long you've been in the music business, and I don't know if you guys discussed that. I know it was late. I was late for the people that's listening and watching. So have y'all discussed that already? How long
No.
you've been in the music business?
No, we've been saving that for his interview.
Oh, okay. Well, then never mind. I'm gonna not jump the gun, and I'm gonna
yeah,
stick.
it's on y'all. I'm here.
I'm gonna
here for the
stick
whole
to the
ride,
yeah, cause
so.
he here for the whole ride.
Yeah.
So I'll just we ain't gonna rush it then.
All right, and we hope everyone else is going to stick around for the ride with
Y'all
us.
better stick around.
And we'll be back here in just a couple minutes with the Hey Shameka Show with comedian.
You're listening to IBNX. IBNXradio.com.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2,
Yeah, what it is. This is only one Tippy. And right now, we live at IBNXradio.com network. Only with Hey Shameka. You already know what time it is. Let's get it.
Yo, this is Michael Cooper of Confunction, and we'll see you 4th of July at Lithonia Park. That's right, big family fun celebration. 4th of July, we'll be hanging out with Grammy Award-winning Daz Band. That's right, Confunction Daz Band, and my main man, the slave funk master, Mr. Stevie Arrington. Now for tickets, call 678-667-2269 or go to Lithonia 4th of July Funk Party in the Park on Eventbrite. Finally, CeCe Peniston's gonna be out there jamming with us, my girl from the 80s. Hey, we want you guys to know, Lithonia City Park and Amphitheater 2515 Park Drive, Lithonia, Georgia. Tickets start at $35, hosted by the beautiful Miss Nishi Shaw, comedian Shula King, and Atlanta's own Planet Jazz All-Stars featuring Philippia Williams. Call the box office 678-667-2269 for the 4th of July Funk Party. Ow!
And we are back here at the Hey Shameka Show with comedian
Alicia Coley in the building.
And so we have only one Tippy here in the studio with us today.
Yes, thank y'all for having me.
We appreciate you coming out. And so we're just going to talk about a little while here about your music, about your songwriting, and if you would just start off for us, how long you've been doing music, and what inspired you to get into doing music professionally?
I've actually been writing music, believe it or not, since 5th grade, as far as I can remember. Just putting pen to paper and, putting words together. So starting from there and always having a love for music, just like I was telling M Love not too long ago, is I was actually studying music the whole time and I didn't even know it. Listening to it and breaking it apart and, dissecting lyrics and everything, that's studying. And I didn't know I was studying. So from 5th grade is when I really started.
Wow.
Favorite artist in 5th grade? Do you remember who that was that inspired you?
5th grade, we was listening to Usher. My Way came out at that
Yes.
time. So, whatever was out around that time, which was probably like Criss Cross. I don't know if Master P came by then, but I do remember Usher My Way. Like, that whole wave. And I was like, yeah, I'm about to get in the right. I couldn't sing. Can't dance. I was like, I'm going to start writing, though.
Okay.
So when you're writing, when you started writing, did you start with rapping or did you start with like R&B songs, or what did you do? How did you get into so Usher inspired you, but did you feel like you were going to be a singer, or did you feel like you wanted to be a rapper at the time?
I definitely knew I wasn't going to be a singer because this voice breaks glass. So I started out writing hip-hop raps, but I always had a love and a connection to R&B for some reason.
Okay.
I don't know if it was the concepts or the emotion put behind it or just the whole thing, but I just always had a connection to R&B.
Right. I think though that hip hop and R&B are kind of like, sisters or brother. They're kind of similar a little bit because sometimes, a lot of times in hip hop, they will use some underlying tracks and stuff from R&B songs, and the same with R&B music.
Yeah,
over time they have used more and more things from hip hop in the same way. So I think they're kind of not the same, of course, but they just have kind of similar undertones that they use.
I mean, to me, that's almost like the seed being planted of the 60s, 70s, and 80s music, of that love and that feeling that they was putting into the music. We now are sampling pieces of that and putting it in our music because of the bass of it,
Right.
So, to me, soul music, R&B, not just R&B, gospel, but anything where you really pouring your heart out into that record, that's always gonna hold heavy weight and be able to be picked off of and put in other music.
Okay. And have you ever had an issue since you've been doing music professionally and been kind of working with more artists over the years? Have you had an issue with some people treating you as quote unquote a celebrity, or have you always pretty much been just kind of chill and?
No, I would say the people that I do know, I appreciate them of, looking at me in a certain light, because to me, I started December 19th, 1986. And to me, that's been the same person I've just been growing. So I don't see any outside, I don't put labels on anything because it's just a label.
Right.
It has no value, really.
Exactly.
Really.
I love
like
that.
Fame, likes, that stuff really has no value.
Yeah, it's all subjective too.
Yeah,
It is
but
very
it has no
subjective.
value, even if it is subjective. At the end of the day, none of that stuff has no value. Fame or being a celebrity, like if you using it in the right way, then you're adding value to that.
Right.
But if it's just that, you just famous and you ain't doing nothing about it, you really have no value.
Absolutely. So you talked about the music from the 60s, 70s. How do you feel about that music versus today's music?
I love it. It's every time I travel, anytime I'm on the road doing a span, whether it be in the car, on the plane, on the bus, train, I have to listen to old school music. Because when I was younger, when I used to travel from Miami to Atlanta or Atlanta to Miami for the summer, that's all I heard in the car. When I got to Miami or Atlanta, that's all I heard. So I have a deep appreciation for that music and all music, period. Because when I was in high school, I never forget this guy told me. He said, and he was from the streets. He was one of them rough kids. But he told me in computer class, I'll never forget, you cannot call yourself a true artist if you don't open yourself up to all genres of music.
That's true.
And listen to everything. And I'll always carry that.
Yeah, I honestly believe in that. I have people ask me all the time, what music do you listen to? I said, I listen to everything.
Yeah.
I said, if it's good music,
Yeah.
I'm going to listen to it, R&B, jazz,
Country.
country pop,
Music has no barriers because it's a universal language already. So
I wrote a quote
Yeah.
about that a few weeks ago, that's the
and I
only
ain't
true
even know what
universal
quote you were
language.
talking about. But, that's just
we
what it
always
is.
on the same wavelength,
Yeah.
though.
Yes.
Awesome. So, as far as songwriting goes, I read that you had written for R&B, for country, hip hop as well, correct?
Yes.
What would you say is the most? Which one have you struggled with? Any of those, like any of those genres, as far as songwriting goes?
No, because it's just a feeling, and it's all about putting yourself in that moment. Whatever moment that song is about, as long as you put yourself in that situation and you really writing from a real place, you can't lose. Now, coming up with melodies, that's the hard part sometimes, because that's that to me, if I would say anything is a struggle, I would probably say melodies, but words, nothing.
When you when you say sister, when you talked about sister and brother, R&B versus rap, like we feel like they go hand in hand. There are a lot of rappers who I feel like I don't want to never hear them sing, right? So even though you said they go hand in hand, you said you can't sing, so you stick to rapping. But if you had to do a medley, like not a medley, a melody, like how Drake goes into his singing piece. I haven't heard your music, so do you do anything like that at all in your music? And we're going to play one of his songs today.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of his songs
So-
right after his interview.
Okay. So do you do anything like that in your songs?
I only do that when I'm doing references for other artists, for actual R&B artists.
Okay.
Now, if it's too much or I can't do it, I would get somebody to sing it for me.
Okay.
To give them the lyrics and have them do the reference. But I work alongside with this guy named Jay Mazzoy. He's an R&B artist in Miami. And our chemistry is he understands what I'm trying to do. So even when I'm, doing the reference track, he knows what I'm trying to do. So he's like, okay, if he go up, okay, Tippy telling me to go up right here.
Gotcha.
Okay, Tippy saying do this. So we had that chemistry
That's
going
great.
right now.
That's good to have that kind of chemistry,
Yes.
especially when
Yeah,
you're writing
especially
songs.
when you can't sing.
Right.
For real.
And you talked about old school music. So what would if you had to think of a group like right now off the bat, who would your favorite old school group be? Because you're younger than me, apparently, because you called me ma'am. No, I'm only messing with your mother. I know you explained it. But who would you say your old school favorite, or the one that comes to mind like that quick?
I mean, it have to be a group or artist.
Artist?
Okay, I would say Michael Jackson, Tupac,
Nah,
Marvin
that's
Gaye.
too easy.
No,
Michael
no,
Jackson
no,
and Tupac too easy.
Look,
How about from the 60s and 70s?
no, I'm gonna tell you why I say these artists. I'm gonna give you
go
Michael
ahead.
Jackson for example. When
Now,
I used to go to one of
MJ's
my
always.
dad's friends' houses, his name was Richard. Richard's mom used to take me into the room, sit me down in front of the TV, and put in tapes. The whole performance of Michael Jackson, I'm talking 2-3 hour shows. I used to sit there and watch every tape. I cannot tell you why this lady made me sit there and watch Michael Jackson whole tape, every tape she had.
Right.
So I appreciate that, you know, and I appreciate his art and everything.
Oh,
So
yeah,
that's why,
definitely.
you know, if I say certain artists, it's not to be cliche. There's a real connection,
Okay.
you know, and the story behind it.
And
Well, thanks for explaining.
And MJ and Tupac, definitely, those two are
Yeah.
definitely,
Yeah,
definitely great
transcend.
artists.
Yes.
So we actually have a song of yours that we're going to play here after your interview ends. Would you like to talk about that briefly and introduce it to everyone?
Yes. Mount Up is the new single. I'm actually releasing in 2 days. This is the first time anybody has heard it. You know,
Oh,
like
we
for
have-
outside of my circle. But this is
we have an exclusive
first
premiere.
release. Yeah.
Oh,
But Mount
yes.
Up is fun. It's definitely for the, you know, for the strip clubs. And, you know, we're going to have fun with it. But Mount Up is all about increase. That's what I do want to let people know. Regardless of what you think the song is, you can take your own interpretation. But at the end of the day, Mount Up is about increase. It's about elevating and going up.
I like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So we are going to go into the song Mount Up, and it is the regular uncut version. So,
Oh, it's uncut?
oh, yes.
Okay, well, y'all don't kill me. But
Oh, no.
Not
I,
gonna kill you.
I listened to
But
I
nah,
listened to
it's
it.
good,
I listened to
though.
it
It's-
beforehand.
yeah, you like it?
Yeah, I loved it.
Okay, hey, that's all that matters.
All right, so up next is Mount Up, and then we will be back in just a couple of minutes with the Hey Shameka Show with comedian.
Alicia Coley.
Only one tip.
Couple racks for designer, couple gas on the counter. I'ma hit that bitch, put it back where I found her. I'ma hit that lick, take it all, let it mount up. Take it all, let it mount up. Take it all, let it mount up. Couple racks for designer, couple gas on the counter. I'ma hit that bitch, put it back where I found her. I'ma hit that lick, take it all, let it mount up. Take it all, let it mount up. Take it all, let it mount up. Yeah, that dirty money. Get washed in the tub. Told them wash your hands. Cause we got it out the mud. Only goddamn diamonds. They look like suds. This real VVS, yes, from the plug. Yeah, I say I got you, little babe, about 1,000%. So won't you fly yourself out and know I won't spend a cent. The way I'm treating these bitches, a nigga need to repent. Because I fuck them and go, hang up, blame it on Sprint. Let's go, yeah, rockin' designer coats, yeah. Tell me who want the smoke, that nigga you won't approach. Picking up a bag from coast to coast. Got a duffel bag, no gym clothes in it. Open up your door, let a pimp scroll in it. A nigga been down, yeah, 10 toes in it. Valet the whip at Linux. Couple racks for designer, couple gas on the counter. I'ma hit that bitch, put it back where I found her. I'ma hit that lick, take it all, let it mount up. Take it all, let it mount up. Take it all, let it mount up. Couple racks for designer, couple gas on the counter. I'ma hit that bitch, put it back where I found her. I'ma hit that lick, take it all, let it mount up. 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 Total the amount up. Don't miss a dollar. Just know that's a problem. Hey, spray you like Windex, whack you like insects. Stay lifting that iron, no, not a bench press. Yeah. Wanna get it like Pablo Escobar and Tony Montana. I'm in the Rollies and Phantoms, not the propaganda. Cock the hammer, pop the cannon. Boom, bet you drop where you standing. Yeah, pick the spot where we landed. Yeah, get the top like I planned it. Yeah, spin your block on the benchy. Yeah. Oh, pussy nigga, I see your panties, yeah. Don't push me, nigga, or you'll see your granny, yeah. I'm draped in that designer, yeah, it's Dolce. Hogging both lanes, I got road rage. Couple racks for designer, couple gats on the counter. I'ma hit that bitch, put it back where I found her. I'ma hit that lick, take it all, let it mount up. Take it all, let it mount up. Take it all, let it mount up. Yeah, I need a big amount. Bang, bang, slippers count. Chopper sit you down, need to lick you down. Pull up to your front door and kick it down. Twist the silencer on the gun. You won't hear a sound. Got a nigga straight on the run. Skirt, skirt, catch me out of town. Still in the designer shit. Still rocking the finer shit. Run that shit through the money counter. Drop that shit on the Gucci couple counter. For designer, couple gats on the counter. I'ma hit that bitch. Put it back where I found her. I'ma hit that lick. Take it all, let it mount up. Take it all, let it mount up. Take it all, let it mount up. Couple racks for designer. Couple gats on the counter. I'ma hit that bitch. Put it back where I found her. I'ma hit that lick. Take it all, let it mount up. Take it all, let it mount up. Take it all, let it mount up.
Now you can look the word up again and again, but the dictionary doesn't know the meaning of friend. And if you ask me, you know I couldn't be much help, because a friend's somebody you judge for yourself. Some are okay and they treat you real cool, and some mistake your kindness for being the fool. We like to be with some because they're funny. Others come around when they need some money. Some you grew up with around the way, and you're still real close to this very day. Homeboys through the summer, winter, spring, and fall. And then there's some we wish we never knew it all. And this list goes
Hey
on.
guys, you know what time it is when you hear that music. Friends, how many of us have them? This is the segment where we talk about your friendships, and it is called Frankly Friends. And right now, as you know, from the past few weeks that we've been on the Hey Shameka Show with comedian Alicia Coley, we've been talking about being a better friend, being a better person, being that, and it doesn't have to necessarily stop at just being women and friends. Men have to be better friends to each other also. And we have a guest in the studio that we're going to be asking him some questions about his friendships as well. But this week, I wanted to talk about respect. Respecting your friend's opinion and respecting the fact that they need their space sometimes. So the first part about respecting an opinion, you don't have to necessarily agree with somebody's opinion, but you got to respect the fact that they have an opinion. And when you walk away from their conversation, or you walk away from whatever you guys are talking about, be able to still be a friend to that person and not be having hang-ups like, I hate the fact that she said that and I'm not messing with her like that no more. Or I don't like the boy because he said, I shouldn't say boy because that's a Philly slang, but I don't mess with the dude, or I don't mess with him like that no more because, he said this and I don't agree with him. It's okay to tell your friends, like, yo, I don't agree with you. This is how I feel. That's how you feel. But we going to respect each other's opinion, and we still going to hang out, and we going to still be able to trust each other as friends, period. So, Tippy, last week, only one Tippy's in the building. Last week, we was talking about friendships, and we were talking about repairing broken friendships and things like that last week. Yeah. So this week, since I talked about respecting a friendship, what's your longest friendship that you've had so far in your life? Do you even have any, like, real close friends, like a brother?
I do. Man, I have a lot of close, homeboys, and not just even that, just family members. Mm-hmm. My cousin, we tight, and I have certain friends I grew up with, I met in school and along the way in life. even people I work with, you know, I've begun to grow. So I don't put a value on how long I've known that person. I put a value on just that relationship, period.
Awesome. Exactly. And that's how it should be. I think that it doesn't matter about how long you've been a friend, but it matters on how do you friend.
Yeah, and how,
you know what I'm saying?
And have you affected that person's life. So
Right.
As long as you do that, because I can't say I love this person more because I've known them longer.
Absolutely.
But I may have a hard, deep relationship with this person too. So, you know, it's all about that connection.
Right. I get it. And Shameka, to you, girlfriend.
Yes.
Respecting your space. Some people, you'll hear some people say, oh, I need some space right now. You know, how does that affect you with your friends? And if it does or if it doesn't, either way, how are you affected by it? Then I'm going to talk about myself.
Okay. As far as needing space is concerned, I definitely understand that. There has been 2 or 3 times recently, probably in 2016, definitely, and in 2017, my mom had breast cancer, and so you know, it's about stopping things, going through treatments and stuff with her, and there was some time there that I really needed a break and be to myself. I was off of social media for like 3 months, 6 months, and I had some friends that still checked in on me, you know, by text and call once in a while, but during that time, I didn't reach out to anybody really. If you were in family,
how did you feel? How did that make you feel? Like when, or I shouldn't say how did that make you feel, but when you didn't reach out, and those friends reached out, did you say like I need space right now, or did you welcome the phone call?
No, I welcomed the phone calls. I welcomed the text, and like I said, these were people that already knew the situation. I told them, hey, you know, I'm falling back for a while. You know, I need to focus on this situation. And so I was very appreciative and thankful for them, you know, taking the time to check in on me. And there were some times that I did actually would send a text or send a message and say, hey, just let you know we're doing all right. She's doing okay, just so they wouldn't get too concerned and worry about it.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk about MySpace as far as, and I'm not talking about the social media site. I'm talking about me personally and MySpace.
Do they still have MySpace?
I don't know. I never had a MySpace account.
I never had one.
You
either.
had one?
I'm about to go make one today. I am. I'm going to take it back.
Yeah, I never had one. But when I talk about MySpace and respecting MySpace, for me, and I don't know if I can speak for other comedians or even other industry people, but I've talked to a lot of people who said they like to be in their own space for a little bit to get their stuff together. And they need for people to understand that they need to have respect when they respect their spaces. Right. And it's not that I don't want to be bothered, because I really love to be around people without being around people at the same time, which is kind of weird. Don't judge me. I'm just saying. Like
introvert and extrovert
at the same time.
I'm the same way.
So I need to have my space. It doesn't mean I'm not messing with you like that at that particular time. It just means I need you to respect the fact that I need to shut down for a minute, regroup. And like if I have a series of shows, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I might not want to talk to nobody Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Right. I need to have that space, and I need for people to understand to respect it. And I think people need to understand that you also have to respect other people's space and how they feel if you want to be a true friend. Because that's one of the things that you have to do when, you know, if somebody says I need this time alone, be able to accept it and receive it. And go back to them and say, you know what? All right, girl, I got you. You know, you got it.
Right. They shouldn't feel any type of way just because you're asking for a little bit of space. And I think that what you were saying about needing your time to just kind of zone in on what you're doing, I think that's true for anybody that's creative. You know, it doesn't matter if, you know, photographer, artist, you know, musician, singer, comedian, you know, actress, anybody that has any kind of creative space, you just need that little time to yourself for your creative flow. And I mean, sometimes it works well to be in collaboration with someone else, like working on a project. But even then, when you're working on a project, sometimes you still need your own little time to get your piece together.
Exactly.
To bring back to the table.
Exactly. And I also wanted to touch on one thing too, being vulnerable in front of your friends. male or female. A lot of men think that they can't be vulnerable because it's like a sign of weakness, but it's okay to be vulnerable, because actually when you show some type of vulnerability, it actually shows that you are a stronger person because you can show that side of you. And so I think that you need to people need to realize that vulnerability is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign to say, you know what, I actually need you right now. I'm feeling some type of way, and I need for you to, maybe I do need a hug. I don't know if y'all dudes like to get hugged from other dudes. I don't know.
Sometimes.
How does that work in y'all?
Man, my homeboys, my brothers.
Okay.
When we greet each other, man, we hug each other, because at the end of the day, life is too short to be, acting all funny. Like, bro, if I love you, I love you.
I like that.
Exactly.
I like that. More men, y'all should hug each other, okay? It's all right.
Yeah.
You about to say that?
I was going to say, I have a lot of family members and friends
Nah,
that I see that they hug each other.
It ain't never like that.
Yeah.
But don't make it
Like,
strange. Don't make it a
bro,
strange hug. Like, don't.
Yeah, now if you hugging me too long and you rubbing my back, bro, we gotta talk. Don't be rubbing my back.
Like, nigga, did you just rub my back? Like, nah.
2 pats. Anything past 2 pats, man, we gotta talk.
The side, now I see a lot of times y'all do the side hug. The side hug or, little front hug, 2 pats.
Yeah,
he
2
said
pats.
2 pats, that's it.
2 pat max.
Man.
2 pat max.
Have you had somebody rub your back before?
In the massage. I don't need nobody rubbing my back like that. Especially not no man. No.
Hilarious. So, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in to the Frankly Friends segment of the Hey Shameka Show with comedian Alicia Coley. Next week, we're going to talk about, can you, as a woman, be friends with a man and it be strictly platonic?
I might have to come back next week.
All right.
So, we'll be right back.
We are not afraid, although we know there's much to fear. We were moving mountains long before we knew we could. Oh, yes, there can be miracles when you believe, though hope is frail, it's hard to kill. Who knows what miracles you can achieve when you believe, somehow you will when you believe. In this time of fear, when prayer so often proves in vain, hope seems like the summer birds too swiftly flown away. Yet now I'm standing here, my heart's so full I can't explain, seeking faith and speaking words I never thought I'd say. There can be miracles when you believe. Oh, hope is frail, it's hard to get. Who knows what miracles you can achieve when you believe, somehow you will. You will when you believe.
Yo, this is Michael Cooper of Confunction, and we'll see you 4th of July at Lithonia Park. That's right, big family fun celebration. 4th of July, we'll be hanging out with Grammy Award-winning Daz Band. That's right, Confunction Daz Band, and my main man, the slave funk master, Mr. Stevie Arrington. Now for tickets, call 678-667-2269 or go to Lithonia 4th of July Funk Party in the Park on Eventbrite. Finally, CC Peniston's gonna be out there jamming with us, my girl from the 80s. Hey, we want you guys to know, Lithonia City Park and Amphitheater 2515 Park Drive, Lithonia, Georgia. Tickets start at $35, hosted by the beautiful Miss Nishi Shaw, comedian Shula King, and Atlanta's own Planet Jazz All-Stars featuring Philippia Williams. Call the box office 678-667-2269 for the 4th of July Funk Party. Ow!
You're listening to IBNX. IBNXradio.com. The station with the best music. Best music.
I love the music.
Best music.
Hey, what's up? It's Jay-Z.
Hey, I'm Mariah Carey. Hey, it's Katy Perry.
It's your boy T.I.P., man. Get in.
It's your boy Sean Kingston.
What's up, y'all? I'm Beyonce. This is Nicki Minaj, and I'm in the mix with
IBNX Radio.
Life comes at us fast. One thing that gives us comfort is knowing that someone is there when you need them. Well, at Pleasant Hills Insurance, that's our promise to our clients. Call 770-910-7460 today or visit our website at pleasanthillsinsurance.com for your free, no obligations quote on retirement and life insurance. Many of the large agencies have turned their back on the retired workforce. At Pleasant Hills Insurance, if others can't qualify you, very often we can. Pleasant Hills Insurance proudly provides options for preconditions. So call 770-910-7460 or visit pleasanthillsinsurance.com today for your free, no obligations quote on retirement and life insurance. Pleasant Hills Insurance. We're here when you need us.
Hey, y'all, this is Shameka.
And Alicia.
Just welcoming you to stay tuned in to the second hour of the Hey Shameka Show.
That's right, where you're going to get more
love
and more funny. Stay locked in.
If you're not listening to Word of Mind Radio, then you're seriously missing out. Hosts Trey Grizzy and Nine Ether share their perspectives on everything from social issues that affect our communities to relationships and trends that affect us all. Guaranteed to teach you something new. Word of Mind is engaging.
The only way that we can do this is do it together. So I love you.
We all love you for sharing.
Empowering.
Somebody dropped the ball somewhere because we want our kids to forget the struggles that we went through. But the struggles that we went through is what got us to where we are now.
And definitely entertaining.
You know, she probably got one of them wholesome names like Gertrude, but back in the day they called her Gertie. They called her
Dirty Gertie.
Dirty Gertie. Flirty Gertie. You know what I mean?
Oh, y'all are horrible.
Yeah.
Tune in and learn up every Tuesday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on IBNX Radio.
And welcome back to the Hey Shameka Show with comedian
Alicia Coley.
And this is the segment of the show, Shameka Says. So I know I've been kind of putting it in here and there. It just depends on how many guests we have on the show. So this week in Shameka Says, I just want to talk about, again, Shameka Says always going to deal with things that are inspirational, things that are motivational. And since I have myself, Alicia, and Tippy here, we're all just going to go and talk about what inspired us to get into our careers, and if there was one particular person that motivated us to get started. I know for myself, ever since I was a kid, 3 years old, I've always loved film and TV, movies. My mom always said she had no idea how I can be intelligent and watch that much TV and movies at the same time. But I've always been into that. One of my favorite movies of all time favorite is The Wizard of Oz.
The white one?
Yes.
Okay.
I know, that kind of throws a lot of people off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love The Wiz. I love The Wiz,
funny part
too.
is The Wiz is my favorite movie.
That's what I'm saying. I love The Wiz, too. Don't get me wrong. But I think because because I saw it first.
Okay.
I saw it first. But not only that, just watching the movie and seeing it go from black and white to color, first off. You know, just imagination as a child, and just to see everything that Dorothy was doing in the story, trying to get back home, but also helping out friends along the way. And then just saying, and there's a part in there, I'm not going to remember exactly how it said, but I think it was Glenna the Good Witch at the end told Dorothy that everything you needed the whole time was inside of you. So that was something that always stuck with me in my head, that everything that you need in life to succeed, everything that you need to complete any task that you have ahead of you is inside of you. You just need to be able to believe in yourself, to bet on yourself, and to be able to hone in on that feeling. And so that was one of the reasons why I started Hey Shameka. One of the bases is to be able to. Yes, sir.
I gotta say this: you are amazing for breaking that movie down. Because when I watch that movie, I see little monkeys trying to get Dorothy. I don't like that movie. You know what I mean? There's too much going on. I never, but for you to break that down, it makes sense. But I just, and that's dope that you look at it from that perspective. Because I guess I see monkeys chasing people around. I don't like that.
Monkeys. And when we were talking earlier about when I said that my mom said I always watch TV and movies in a different way. Always from either, like a director's mind or a producer mind. And that's kind of what I meant by that. That, at, age of 3, age of 4, I'm able to see that and pull that important piece of what the entire movie is about.
Right.
People see all the glam, the color, all the different things, which that's great. It's one of the best things as far as costumes and graphics and that sort of stuff is time back then. And I love music, so... Yeah. Obviously, it's a great, musical movie, but just that piece of everything you need is already inside of you. So that's my message to everyone that's listening tonight. Everything you need to do, no matter what your goals are in life or no matter what your aspirations are, you can do it. You have what's inside of you. Now, you just may need, the motivation, the encouragement, the support of your definitely money of your friends, your family, and your colleagues. But that was the purpose of starting Hey Shameka. Yes, I love film, I love TV, I love radio, I love media, but to be able to help other people, walk in their purpose, find their purpose if they don't know what that is, and to be able to help motivate them, inspire them, encourage, and support. So this is how we got here to the Hey Shameka Show. Just a little tidbit for those who didn't know that.
And who was your inspiration?
So my inspiration for starting all of this actually is my aunt, Brina Jane. And so she's no longer with us. She passed away in 2013, and before she passed away, she made me promise her that I would do it, that I would finally just go and do what I always wanted to do. And, I've been a nurse for 10 years. I was a nurse at that point as well. And she said, even though you love nursing and you're passionate about it, there's something else that you're passionate about in life. And you love people, and you love to help people. And I think there's another way. And she said, you love movies, TV, music. You love that stuff way too much and know way too much about it not to do anything else with it. So she made me promise her that I would do it. And after she passed away, it was a few months. It took a little while to kind of get used to that because we were like sisters. We actually shared a room for 8 years. So we were very close. And I think it was the Empire of 2013. That's kind of the first thing I did for entertainment. I went to my brother, Melvin Jackson Jr., actually, for anybody that knows him. He's on a wire. He has his own company. He's actually up for Emmy nominations, to be voted for Emmy nominations for some work that he's doing now. But I had told him about a short story that I had, and he actually turned the short story into a little short skit that went up on YouTube. So that was my first little taste of doing something. And then the next year, 2014, I produced a couple of indie projects with him. And then the beginning of 2015 is when I started Hey Shameka.
Nice.
So
cool.
So that's how I got here today with entertainment and media. So, Miss Alicia.
What's the question again?
Just what has inspired you to get into entertainment, into comedy, and what person would you say has inspired or motivated you the most to do so?
Okay, so I always knew that I wanted to be an entertainer. From a young age, I was always in a choir from like 7, and I played Dorothy in The Wiz at church. And it was a big role because me being so young, and actually I probably was about 10 at that time, 10 or 11 at that time, but I had to memorize the whole script. And I had to memorize all of the songs that they needed me to sing to play Dorothy. So from that point on, I think that me singing on a choir, then they started giving me leads to sing in a choir, and then, you know, going to school, every talent show that they had, I was in it. I just always loved the stage. I always loved the spotlight. So I knew I was going to be in entertainment some kind of way. I just didn't know if I was going to continue to pursue acting, singing. I tried to start a singing group at one point. It was 3 of us. We would just go around places singing. I actually started a choir at my Catholic school, and it was a church choir. Like my teacher, she played the guitar, and she would be like, "Speak, Lord, I'm listening. Plant your word down deep in me." And I'm like, we don't want to sing that. Like, we black kids, you know. And she understood, and it was a cool song. And you see, I still remember the words. But I just wanted to do some other gospel-like songs at the Catholic church, and it was well received. And we started like a 5-young lady choir or whatever at the church, and they loved it. So, awesome. Like I said, The Wiz, the black one, was my favorite movie. I could watch that every day. Like, I've never seen it before.
When you say The Wiz, we know it's the black one.
Okay, I just want to keep on saying the black one. It's something about when you say the B and the L and the black. I just like saying it. The black.
I actually love that one too. Again, the music.
I just don't really the white one. Okay, so when I think about the White Wiz, I love the White Wiz. I love the Wizard of Oz. Let me just stop saying it. But that the curls on the lion just stand out in my mind so hard. Like, I can just see his curls right now, and I just don't. I can't.
Don't sit right.
It don't sit right in my mind, so I just can't. I can't mess with the line.
Remember that was like 1939.
Yeah, they roll his hair with sponge rollers and left it in overnight, like 2 nights. But so my inspiration, I have to give my inspiration to a little bit of everybody. Like, my dad is a clown. Like, he still is. He's silly. He'd be trying to give me jokes, and I'm like, Dad, you did not write that. Like, stop giving me Red Fox jokes. You act like I don't know where that came from. He said, "Oh, yeah, that is his joke." Yeah, it is. Stop trying to give me his jokes. What inspired me to do comedy is I always tell people that I was in a conversation, and I think I was talking about a funeral at one point, but the people I was telling was laughing. And I'm like, I'm not even trying to be funny right now. So I'm going to take some classes to see how I can make this funny on stage and make sure I learn the craft of comedy and just step out there and do it. And I always felt funny. And so lo and behold, I'm doing my thing. So, and shout out to you, Shameka, because I appreciate the platform. So shout out to you for giving people a platform, especially myself. I appreciate that. So, hey, Shameka.
Oh, well, thank you. You're definitely welcome. We're about to wrap this up, but really quickly, I know you talked about earlier what inspired you to get into music. Was there any one person, per se, that inspired you to go forward?
No, because there's been different people along the way. Like, my cousin Kanisha, as far as I can remember, she used to write songs for Christmas and make me and my other cousins perform it in front of the family.
Oh, that's cute.
You know, big cousin, but she was a good big cousin. Okay. She kept me on the straight. But it's definitely been a lot of people throughout, so never just one person.
Right. And it's been a lot of people for me as well in different avenues, but I know for sure that, for me to hone in, and the point that I started to go into entertainment would be my aunt making me promise to do that before she passed away. So, but make sure you stay tuned in and locked in, and we will be back in just a couple minutes, and we will have our interview with Gail Bean coming up here on the Hey Shameka Show with comedian
Alicia Coley.
Yeah. They ain't gonna like you. They ain't gonna like me. I be getting to the money. Everybody mad. I think I'm getting too much money. Everybody mad. Same old nigga from the block. Same yeah, I'm talking about police. I know it's a whole lot of niggas that was hating. I know it's a whole lot of bitches that was taken. So I shut the niggas up, bitches feeling us. Always knew that I was sick, so I had to stay patient. Taking over summer, nigga, tell me what's the bid. Heard you still cuffing, nigga, tell me what it is. You ain't paying no bills, buying no bags, buying no heels. Goddamn, let a bitch live. All I see is 20s, 50s, 100s. If it ain't quarter meal, fuck the whip. I don't want it, about to make these niggas sick to their stomach. I be getting to the money. Everybody mad. I think I'm getting too much money. Everybody mad. Same old nigga from the block. Same old nigga with the pot. The same old nigga from the trap. Everybody hated on her, then he bounced right back. She was acting stingy, now she wanna give it up. Fast like OT, I'ma live it up. Now my ex-girl tryna make me jealous, cause she got a new nigga. She don't know that I don't give a fuck. I got me a deal, but I'm still in the street. Heard a couple niggas talking like they got beat. They forgot sesame, teriyaki sauce with the rice on the side. Sweaty pussy nigga sweet. I got all this money on my motherfucking mind. Diamonds in my dial, I can't even see the time. All my niggas pull up, please don't let me bang the line. And they super extra when them niggas off the line. All I know is Bloods, Crips, Power Rules. I'm a west side nigga, don't get it fucked up. Niggas sick cause they thought I locked up. I be getting to the money. Everybody mad. I think I'm getting too much money. Everybody mad. Same old nigga from the block. Same old nigga with the pot. The same old nigga from the trap. Everybody hated on him, then he bounced right back. I be getting to the money. Everybody mad. I think I'm getting too much money. Everybody mad. The same old nigga from the block. The same old nigga with the pot. The same old nigga from the trap. Everybody hated on him, then he bounced right back.
And welcome back to the Hey Shameka Show with comedian
Alicia Coley.
And we have the wonderful, talented Miss Gail Bean on the line.
Hey, Gail.
Hey, guys. Hey.
How are you?
I'm good, girl. How are you?
Doing well. We appreciate you calling into the show today, being a guest on the Hey Shameka Show.
Thanks for being here.
All right. So, Miss Gail, you have been doing a whole lot of things here lately.
Girl, God is blessing me.
Yes, most definitely. I know, I guess it was a couple months back now, maybe 3 months. I got to finally meet you in person at the Atlanta FX watch party for the Champagne Poppy episode, the episode that you were in.
Yes, that was in April. I was so happy to meet you.
That was definitely a great time. You had a great episode, did great on there, and you actually was up for a, now how do they call it, consideration for an Emmy nomination, correct?
Yeah, so what they did is FX submitted me. They felt my performance was worthy, so they submitted me. And then Emmy Television Academy members vote on who makes the actual ballot. And then they vote again on who wins. So hopefully I make the ballot.
Awesome. Well, we're definitely rooting for you. We hope we make the ballot as well.
So, Gail, I've heard that you've been working on the Detroiters and you got some stuff coming up. So for those who don't know about the Detroiters, let us know a little bit about what it's about and what channel we can see it on and what your role is in it.
Okay, so Detroiters, Sam Richardson from Veep and Tim Robinson, black dude, white dude, both from Detroit, like in real life. And on the show, they're two Detroiters, and they're best friends, but they also work at this ad agency, but they're like they have their own business. And it's basically just you see their life, and they're crazy. Tim's character is married to Sam's character's sister. who's a white dude married to a black lady. They live next door, and it's crazy. It's funny. It's like a bunch of family stuff and just random things that happen in Detroit. Is very true to Detroit, which I love it. It's on Comedy Central on Thursdays at 10:30. I actually play Sam's girlfriend at one point in time. It's my first sex scene ever, so I have sex on camera, but not like real sex. But everybody was real cool. I was a little nervous about it when I first did it. I was like, I don't know. Like, I was just like, I don't know. I don't want, like, I don't know. I was a little nervous. I had never, did it before. So, but it was cool. It was cool. It was great. Everybody was great.
That's good. They made you feel comfortable.
Like, I loved my character on there. Like, she was a lot of fun.
Oh, good. Good. So they made you feel comfortable about your TV sex.
Oh yeah, they made me feel comfortable. I told them, I said, y'all busting my cherry. I mean, it gotta happen.
Right.
Might as well be in Detroit.
Might as well.
And then, so you have Snowfall that's also coming up, premiering July 19th on FX, correct?
Yes, Snowfall Season 2 on July 19th. So everybody should watch Season 1 so they can catch up, because it definitely is one of those shows that you have to know what's going on. And Season 2 is going to move real fast, and I just think it's excellent. Like, from watching Season 1 and being there, shooting it, reading the script for Season 2, being in the room, watching my cast members shoot, like, it's phenomenal. Season 2 is going to literally, like, blow a lot of shows out the water.
Oh, wow. So, for those people that haven't watched Snowfall yet, can you give them like a quick synopsis of what it's about?
Nah, I actually don't know shit about the show. No, I'm
kidding. Girl, you
that
crazy.
That was a joke. It's about when the government put crack in the black neighborhoods and the minority neighborhoods in the 80s. Okay. Basically.
Okay.
And seeing how it infiltrated our neighborhoods, what it did to our communities, what it did to our family, the inner workings of the government, and how instrumental they were both here in America and out the country with the guns and the drugs and just the downfall of minorities that we're still trying to repair.
Right. And can you tell us a little bit about your role, although it's not on yet? Are you able to talk about it?
Yes. So you remember Leon, the light-skinned dude with the fro, the best friend?
No.
Okay. Well, he's one of the lead characters in the show. I'm his love interest.
Okay.
So I'm just like the new, like, not just the girl he smashed, but like I'm sorry, my phone is like going off. Somebody said, what's the extension for people to listen to it?
678-648-IBNX.
But they said, what's the extension? Like when they call in.
There should be the open line. There should be an open line so they can listen, or they can just stream online on YouTube.
On YouTube. Tell them to go to YouTube and go to Hey Shameka.
Once they type in the IBNX, it's gonna be a listen. All you gotta do is hit play. The next thing you're gonna have to do is just hit play.
Okay, they should only have to hit play once they call in.
Okay. But I play Leon's love interest, which I'm like the new introduction to the crew. I'm in a good amount of episodes. I can't say I can't give it away.
Don't give it away, girl.
But I mean, you God willing, you'll see me season 3.
And I know that's right. You gotta speak it and claim it and
That's
claim it
right.
and speak it.
That's right. So
we gonna see. Anything I try to not hold on to promises though, because anything can happen between the off season. Like, I feel like I'll be in season 3 of Atlanta, but anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? I've been told, but anything can always happen during the off season.
Right.
So I'm always like,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely a blessing and a good thing to see someone that's from Atlanta on Atlanta Show, and just to see you doing a lot of great things on TV and in film. I know I saw you had a film on Netflix that I watched.
Yes, Unexpected. That's forever going to be like my most dearest project, because it was the first project, like major project that I booked in my career. and first project that really got me the exposure to get the ball rolling on everything else.
Right. Well, you definitely did an awesome job in that. I know I've told you that before, but I definitely loved it, and I love indie films in general. So, great job, and I look forward to seeing other stuff that you were doing. That you're doing.
What's crazy is Unexpected. The director from Unexpected actually, she referred me to get Atlanta.
Okay.
Awesome.
So I just always, people ask me how things happen. And I'm like, you just work, go do a great job, have a good attitude,
Yes.
and always leave a lasting impression. That way, when you do come to mind, people can pass you along and they have good things to say. Like, kill it, study hard, go there, know your lines, be out book, like, be on time, like, show up early, smile, all that stuff. Talk to people, learn people's names, talk to everybody, because you never know who's who or who knows who.
Right. That's great advice for up and coming folks, and it's great advice for people that's already in it. Because some people in it and still don't know how to act.
It's like people. I've heard people say stuff like, "Oh, it's a student project," or "Oh, it's an indie film," and I'm like, first off, you're fucking crazy, because work is work. Like, work begets work, and then it's just like, look at like Boys in the Hood with John Singleton. I think that he did that when he was still in school.
Mm-hmm.
That might have been like his senior thesis, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was like his senior project, a senior film or something like that. But you never know how the universe is working out for you, and it's like this indie film not only was a phenomenal story, but it's gotten me so much exposure. It's helped so many people like seeing themselves and seeing their story, because it's a true story. And it took me to festivals all over the world, and then it aided in getting me onto an Emmy award-winning show, which further got me for your consideration, got me submitted for an Emmy.
That's awesome. Like, I really, when you're talking, I can hear the fact that you are excited about what you're doing, and I can hear that you're about your business too. And that's one of the things that I appreciate when I hear people talking so good about what they're doing and they just love what they do. So thank you for being so excited about your career and where you're going with it. We know about the Detroiters. We know about Snowfall. What is next?
I just finished shooting an indie film called American Woman with Shatara Ford. She's the director and the writer. It also stars Brittany Hall, who is now a series regular on the HBO show Ballers.
Okay.
So I'm very excited about that. I have a poetry book out titled Levine. I'm going to drop the visuals for it at the end of July. So I'm really excited about
nice.
Yeah. I'm really excited about dropping the visuals. I'm only dropping visuals for 8 poems. It's 40 poems in the book. But everybody can, if they want, of course. I mean, I like my poetry. But it's on my website, gailbean.net, the book Levine, and then it'll be 8 poems that I've chosen out of each category from the book that we did visuals for, which will drop at the end of July. So that's that. And I'm working on another show that I'm writing.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much my little situation. I'm currently auditioning all the time.
I know that's right.
All the time to try to book some more work, which, I mean, I feel really good. I feel really confident about, the work that God put in me. And I trust my path. And I definitely believe something else will be next. And it'll be great.
Right. And we were definitely just talking about that in the Shameka Says segment, about believing in yourself, betting on yourself, and just the things that inspire and motivate people to get into their careers. So can you tell us what inspired you to go into acting and into entertainment? And is there one person that you would say motivated you the most or inspired you the most to start?
Ooh, I've always loved entertaining. And when I say entertaining, I mean like performing. When it comes, so theater is my background. That's like my foundation. But I've always loved, from like ballet recitals to co-ed competition shit. And I always knew I wanted to do something where I was able to like perform, because it's that rush. It makes me, I don't know. I love the adrenaline of the rush. My mother said when I was a little girl, my very first ballet recital, I ran out. I was the first one out, and I run out on stage and I fall. I slip and fall, and the whole crowd is like, and I get up and I'm just blowing kisses. I'm bowing, and then everybody's like, from then she was like, "Oh, this girl's gonna be a star."
Yes.
So I don't know. I've just always wanted to do something. I wasn't certain that I was going to go into acting until like my senior year of high school, because I thought I was going to be like a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader, and then I found out they only make like $50 a game.
Whoa, I didn't know that.
$50.
Yeah, that's what I was told. That could have been a lie, but someone told me that, and I was like, oh, I can't. I have an expensive style. That's not going to work. Like, no, I like shoes.
Right.
So, I decided from there I wanted to do acting my senior year in high school. And my mother wanted me to go to college. And every year I asked if I could quit and move to California. And she told me no. At first, when I was in high school, she asked me why hadn't she seen any college acceptance letters come to the house. And I was like, oh, I'm not going. I'm moving to LA. She was like, no, the fuck you ain't. You're going to school. But y'all got to understand, my mother's a high school teacher. So she was like really believing in education.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. I ain't going to say I don't believe in education. I just believe school isn't the only way to get educated.
Absolutely
Correct.
right.
Absolutely.
Yes, I agree with that. And I'm not going to push my kids necessarily to go that route either. I would love it if they do, but if they don't, as long as they're happy and making money and they're satisfied with their life and they're out of my house, I'm okay with that. And they not on drugs, I'm good.
Awesome.
Hey.
Yep.
That's good.
So
we need more kids like you.
How can the people get in touch with you on all social media sites, on and start from TV episode, even though we talked about it already, start from your TV experience on down to your social media sites, to your YouTube, to your website, to whatever you want to tell us about how we can see your face.
Okay. It might still be on Netflix because I know it comes and goes. Unexpected, directed by Chris Swanberg, written by Chris Swanberg and Megan Mercier. Unexpected should be on Netflix. If not, Google it. It's on TV somewhere. The Belko Experiment, which was really an amazing project. I made really great friends. I love all those people from there. The Belko Experiment. At one point it was on iTunes. I'm not sure where it's at now. Insecure. I was on season 1 of Insecure, 2 episodes. I was on Chicago PD season 5, episode 10 or 11. One of those. Atlanta season 2, episode 7. I believe that's still on FX. Detroiters, my episodes haven't aired yet, but I have 2 episodes on there. They're gonna be amazing. You guys are gonna love character. And then Snowfall season 2. Oh, Detroiters on Comedy Central, 10:30 p.m. on Thursdays, 9:30 p.m. Central Time. Snowfall, July 19th. Snowfall.
Thursday, July 19th.
Season 2 on FX. They haven't set the time yet, but I'm like 9 out of 10 episodes.
All right, and your social media.
Social media. Twitter is Gail_Bean. Instagram is Insta_B3AN. Facebook, actress Gail Bean, is my page. I'm not gonna lie, I would just rather people go follow my page, because to friend request me on Facebook, I'm probably not gonna accept you, because Facebook has a limit, and I always reach the limit and then have to delete people. So just like my page, and that's it. I don't be on Snapchat anymore because it got complicated.
I understand that. So we want to say thank you,
I have a Tumblr, but I don't really tell people my Tumblr too much because I be trying to put real stuff on there, like personal stuff on there.
Okay.
Well,
but that's it. And my cell phone number is no. I'm kidding.
We definitely appreciate you being a guest with us today and tell us everything you have going on.
Thank you. I appreciate you all. It was so good talking to you guys.
All right. And we will talk to you later, Gail.
Okay, have a great show.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Yo, 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 this is Michael Cooper of Confunction, and we'll see you 4th of July at Lithonia Park. That's right, big family fun celebration. 4th of July, we'll be hanging out with Grammy Award-winning Daz Band. That's right, Confunction Daz Band, and my main man, the slave funk master, Mr. Stevie Arrington. Now for tickets, call 678-667-2269 or go to Lithonia 4th of July Funk Party in the Park on Eventbrite. Finally, CC Peniston's gonna be out there jamming with us, my girl from the 80s. Hey, we want you guys to know, Lithonia City Park and Amphitheater 2515 Park Drive, Lithonia, Georgia. Tickets start at $35, hosted by the beautiful Miss Nishi Shaw, comedian Shula King, and Atlanta's own Planet Jazz All-Stars featuring Philippia Williams. Call the box office 678-667-2269 for the 4th of July Funk Party. Ow!
You're listening to IBNX. IBNXradio.com. The station with the best music. Best music.
I love the music.
Best music.
Hey, what's up? It's Jay-Z.
Hey, I'm Mariah Carey. Hey, it's Katy Perry.
It's your boy TIP, man. Get it.
It's your boy Sean Kingston.
What's up, y'all? I'm Beyonce. This is Nicki Minaj, and I'm in the mix with
IBNX Radio.
Life comes at us fast. One thing that gives us comfort is knowing that someone is there when you need them. Well, at Pleasant Hills Insurance, that's our promise to our clients. Call 770-910-7460 today or visit our website at pleasanthillsinsurance.com for your free, no obligations quote on retirement and life insurance. Many of the large agencies have turned their back on the retired workforce. At Pleasant Hills Insurance, if others can't qualify you, very often we can. Pleasant Hills Insurance proudly provides options for preconditions. So call 770-910-7460 or visit pleasanthillsinsurance.com today for your free, no obligations quote on retirement and life insurance. Pleasant Hills Insurance. We're here when you need us.
And we looking for the next.
Girls on the floor. Take a look at me, at all the flaws and what could be, and all the things that you would read.
Welcome back to the Hey Shameka Show with comedian Alicia Coley, and right now you're at the segment with us where we have comedy and conversations, and we have comedian Lester Bibbs in the building. Welcome, Lester.
Hey, lady, how you doing?
I'm good. Lester, so we briefly met, like I said, at ATL Comedy Theater. You were headlining that weekend.
Yep.
Yes. How is it feeling these days, headlining?
Oh man, I've been doing it for 37 years.
I know, but
so
what's the difference?
Old. No.
Oh, stop. Like, what's the difference now that how do you feel from
the times are changed? Okay.
Exactly.
The difference is back then, when I first started, it was no blue comedy. Blue meaning dirty. You couldn't be yourself.
Right.
It was three dirty people: Richard Pryor, Red Fox, and Eddie Murphy at the time.
Oh, you really showing your age right now.
And that was if you was this color. That was
right.
It was forbidden, basically, at all of the comedy clubs. You cannot go up there and be blue because they felt that was your strength, which they were basically trying to handicap you, but all that did was make their weaknesses their strengths later on. Right. That's when because there wasn't no Comic View or Def Jam and all of that back then. It was just, straight out comedy and all the white shows. There's no other way to say it. Right. It was all the white shows, yeah. So once we got a chance, when the platform came, when Bob Sumner came and said, look, we got something for you guys, and it's Def Jam, that changed the game because you could express yourself freely. So I like the way I see all the youngsters coming up expressing themselves, man. That's cool as hell.
Cool. So since this is comedy and conversation, I want to talk about the youngsters that are coming up because I'm not as young as I may appear.
No. Look at her.
However,
so light skinned. Look at her.
However, let's talk about the younger generation with the videos of comedians and versus the stand-up comics, and you know, what's your take on that?
Well, this is all right. Sketch comedy. That's what I call the video.
Okay.
Is totally different from stand-up, and both of them are comedy under the comedy category. But if you're gonna promote a sketch comic act, in order for him to be successful, let him come there and do sketches.
Let them come in and do sketches.
You see what I'm saying? Don't force them to do stand-up, and it'll become a weak point unless they can handle it.
Right.
And if they can handle it, then more power to them. You know, do it, rip it, make that change. But if you can't, don't set yourself up to fall. And then you're working at the Waffle House talking about you want the number 2 or the 4.
Right.
Scattered, smothered, and covered.
Because comedy can be tough. You know, if you're not ready for that audience to really not pay you no mind, it can really be tough. So, with you being in the game for so long, and you seen people come and people go.
Oh yeah, I've seen.
What would you say to some of the up and coming comics, that people that want to be comedians? What would be your advice?
You gotta stay hungry, man. You gotta approach, because it's a business. Every day you get up, you gotta approach it like a business. Me, I'm on my people so much. I know they probably be like, every time they see me, they be like, oh, it's him. You know? That'd be like my family.
Right.
So you can only think of how I'm on my work team. So I'm just constantly boom, 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 because there's always room for improvement. And
definitely.
when you're making your money, you always hear a person say, well, I'm at this point, I'm at that point. Well, that's your fault. You don't accept that. You get out there, put that work ethic in, you can pass everybody.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so I heard that you have a tour that's coming up.
Yeah, we've been doing a few cities here and there. Okay. We've been doing a few cities here and there. It's about 15 more cities left.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is it you and a group of other comedians, or?
It's a couple of us getting ready to do a really, really big one, if that's the one you're talking about, right?
Yes.
You heard through the grapevine, huh? Yeah, me, JB Smooth, and a couple other cats getting ready to do a few things. I know JB had a little rough time here, but everybody misunderstood what he was saying. JB is like this. JB's not a comedian that was necessarily blue, meaning what I said earlier. Yeah. So if you got Adele, who is an amazing comic, going up there slaying it down, Michael Blackston, you already know what he can do.
Right.
You got, who else was on that show? Dion Cole and whoever else was on there. It was so many people, and Martin on there too.
Right.
Then you bring somebody in doing like a BET clean set. You know, don't care how strong you are, it's going to be difficult to follow. So he wasn't saying that I'm not your N-word comic.
Right.
Like,
No,
he was saying that I'm not, that's just not me, blah, 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 using that kind of language, which is, but see, to having me, that's just my game.
Right.
I say that in church. I let it go.
Preach, nigga, preach.
I say it. Pastor be like, yeah, man. I'm saying, yeah, nigga, hurry up, the game on. You know, I let it out.
Right, and I felt that it was kind of, if we're going to be real about it, it was kind of a setup. You know what I'm saying? Because
it was.
Watching it, and I wasn't there, but watching the feed on the
You
timeline,
could
I was
see.
like, why did they put him
Yeah, that was a
in
big
that
time
position
setup. That's
at
because,
last?
you know, you got people jealous when you're in that position. Look at JB. JB doing Crown, vanilla, chocolate, and all the Crown commercials.
And he's hilarious.
He's got what was it? Curb Your Enthusiasm. He was on other tours and stuff, and he got his own tour. A lot of people were jealous of that whole situation.
Right.
So they was like, "I'm gonna show you how," but that didn't do anything. One bad night, anybody had a bad night.
Everybody have a bad
Ali
night.
got knocked out once. He stood up. You know, I mean, Joe Frazier knocked him out, though.
Right.
He knocked him out. I was like, damn, Ali, you know.
Right.
And the mouthpiece got knocked all out. But still, he got right back up. I'm saying,
and
you
you
get knocked
have
down
to.
10 times, get up 11.
Exactly. And that's how I feel, too. Like, you have to, especially in this business, regardless if it's comedy, singing, entertainment, rapping, whatever.
It's
you
all the
have
same.
to-
It's a
you gonna have
business.
nights where you just ain't on point, or you gonna have nights where people aren't receiving.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, damn, I didn't connect.
Yeah.
You know, but you got to continue to get back out there and show people like this is what I'm doing. This is what I do.
Yeah, because they go hand in hand. The show part and the business. You can't. A good friend of mine who we argue like Pac and Big all the time. Now every now and then we might speak in the next year or two. We might not. But Steve Harvey used to say this to me all the time. You can't have the show without the business. And I get that. That was when I was younger. That's who started me when I was younger. Mm-hmm. And don't get me wrong, me and him don't agree on a lot of things. I mean, that's just, I'm just me. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all hear me?
A lot of times we bump heads. But you know what I'm saying? Meeting with Trump wouldn't have been something I would have did. But he did it, for him, whatever reason it was, and he had a right to do what he wanted to do.
Right. He's his own person.
I like light skin in that situation. I'm be like, oh no, man.
Right.
Because it's a different choice. But where he's at, and I understand he had a long history with Trump doing work for him back in the day. So I can't get mad at him for that. However, I was mad at him. Right. And I know I was wrong, too. But I was still mad at him about it. You know what I'm saying?
I just felt like at that point he could have came out before he went and said, "Yo, I'm going."
Yeah,
okay.
I'm about to go meet him.
Don't like it was like you sneaking to get up there with the man, and then you come out there mad and he ain't do shit y'all talked about.
Yeah, and I think what gave the wrong perception, I think he was surprised that the cameras was there.
Right.
When he turned around, he saw the surprised look in his face. So, but I've been knowing that cat a long time, and I'm gonna be honest with you. As mad as I could be at Steve, I can tell you, I can guarantee you this. There wasn't no malicious intent.
Right.
There wasn't no selling out his people. I know how he is back there. He probably went up there really trying to do something.
Really wanting to help.
Yeah, and it didn't, but I'm still mad at you, Steve.
Put you on the spot. Favorite top three comedians.
Of all time?
Of all time. Of all time.
Of all time. Rich
Okay.
Brian. I got to put my boy Bernie Mac in there.
See?
I got to put Bernie in there because that boy was a beast.
Mm-hmm.
And then me.
That's right.
I'm a bad man.
That's right. I don't think I realized you were so tall. How tall are you?
I know.
6'5".
Okay.
It just don't look like it on stage because I stand back and I pace all the time.
Right. I didn't really,
I'm 5'4". Like, when I went out to greet you, I was like,
damn.
Hi.
Right.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Mr. Lester. If you get over 6 feet, you got to call him Mr.
Man.
So how can people get in touch with you, follow you?
Follow me on Instagram, Lester Bibbs, or Facebook, Lester Bibbs, or Lester Bibbs fan page, or you can LesterBibbs.com, which is the website. And
Okay.
Is that my phone vibrating?
It
Okay.
might
Are
have
we
been-
taking a break real quick? You got to do the countdown. I saw the little fingers.
No, we're not taking a break quite yet.
No, not yet. But I thought we was getting wrapped up. But
Yeah.
that's what happens in radio sometimes.
Yeah.
You think you're getting wrapped up, but go ahead. You gotta.
Yes. I would just ask, what inspired you to get into comedy?
Oh man, it's a weird story. My mom used to be. I used to be ashamed about this too. Growing up. My mom used to be a maid for Elvis Presley, right? And she would come pick us up wearing a little outfit and stuff, so the kids would be joning me. And I mean, like, they going in every day. So I had to learn to talk back.
That's right.
And I started talking back. But she would always pick us up from school, take us back, and we had to wait there on the property until she finished work. Because, back then they could leave you back home, but, Miss Alberta across the street gonna go tell it.
I know she is.
So, we out there on this property, and every time I would walk out there, I would look and say, one day I'm gonna have this. And since I couldn't sing, the jokes was the next best thing.
Right.
Yeah, and I was always silly growing up too, man, so.
Yeah, I think comedy is just like such it's a freedom of, I don't know how to explain it. When you're on stage and you feeling like you're just free up there. For me, it's, you can you pave your own way. You write your own jokes, or you write your own path. And it's like, if you not confident in what you're saying, the people know. And so it's like you have to really be confident in who you are and in your material, and you gotta be like, I'm out here and I'm doing it. Like talking to you,
I agree.
Talking to you made me feel like I feel good about what I'm doing. Thank you, Lester. Thank you.
Just for real though, you got to go in that joke and just take what's yours.
Yes.
Like you said, confidence is the key.
Is the key, because I know I went out there a couple times like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But now I'm good.
Yeah, it can go that way from time to time, but I'm telling you, it's a freedom that you don't have. It's anything that's going on from the moment I get on that stage to the moment I leave, don't mean shit.
It don't mean shit?
It don't mean nothing. I don't care what it is. It's gone for the time I'm up there.
That's right.
And when I get off, then, we can go back to reality.
Right. Go back to reading your book.
Yeah.
Yep. So let's start
reading
again.
or rolling.
Okay.
Yeah,
a lot want to roll. So thank you so much for coming in and talking with us.
I appreciate it, man. And I'm sorry about being late, but at least I got here before those edibles kick in. Oh.
See, you know what?
I'm just saying, well, the Lord's still working with
Give
me.
me some.
I ain't saying with
pass off. You want right back?
Yep. So definitely thank you, Lester, for coming in and sitting with us today.
Oh, no, anytime,
And
man.
like I told everybody home, see, very interesting, very funny, right? Very funny. Yeah.
Just old.
No, that's experience.
Oh, yeah, man.
All right. And we will be right back with the Hey Shameka Show with comedian
Alicia Coley.
What?
Yeah. It's your girl, Nikki D, and I'm kicking it with my girls, Shameka Love and Alicia Coley, right here on the Hey Shameka Show.
You know, I didn't come here to preach to you today, but you know.
If there is anyone out there,
You're afraid. It's not that pain you're afraid of. It's yours.
Guy is what everybody's saying he can. He's a great playmaker. So you can shoot it. And you can shoot it. So you can have him on ball and off ball. So they complement each other.
With them two and then Harrison Barnes.
With Harrison Barnes, yes, absolutely. So I like that. And my long shot, a lot of people said that they hated this. But I felt, and I actually think we agree on this one, Atlanta Hawks.
People said they hated the Atlanta Hawks. If you hated the Atlanta Hawks draft,
they hated it.
You're bad. You don't know basketball.
And majority of the people was from here in Atlanta
You
saying,
don't know basketball.
oh, we didn't want Trae Young. Oh, we don't even know who.
That pain will make you stronger. If you allow yourself to feel it, embrace it, it will make you more powerful than you ever imagined. It's the greatest gift we have, to bear their pain without breaking. And it's born from the most human part.
despite all the hardship we've been through, I ask you to sustain that hope. I'm not talking about blind optimism, the kind of hope that just ignores the enormity of the tasks ahead or the roadblocks that stand in our path. I'm not talking about the wishful idealism that allows us to just sit on the sidelines or shirk from a fight. I have always believed that hope is that stubborn thing inside us that insists, despite all the evidence to the contrary, that something better awaits us. So long as we have the courage to keep reaching, to keep working, to keep fighting.
It's your girl, Nikki D, and I'm back this week with another quote of hope. My quote of hope this week is entitled, "To Pray or Not to Pray?" That is my question. Oftentimes, things arise in our lives that put us in a crisis situation or crisis mode, if you would. And when those things happen, the first thing that most people say is, you need to pray. Well, for some of us, we never even think to pray until we get into a tough situation or we get into where we need something that we're not able to accomplish on our own. So I stopped by today just to tell somebody that if you pray when things are going well in your life, did you know that it will better equip you for when things bad happen in your life? And it even can put you in tune to know before those bad things are even going to come to you. The Bible says in 2 Corinthians 7:14, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves, pray and seek my face, turn from their wicked ways, then they will hear from heaven and I will forgive their sin and heal their land. There's so much that I could expound on from this text, but I just want to give you guys a really quick testimony. On Saturday, I got a call that my cousin's son, who's 18 years old, he just graduated from high school, guys. He was shot 6 times. You hear me? He's a baby. He was shot 6 times. He was air flighted to a hospital in Florida. put on in critical condition, no response coming back. And my cousin immediately reached out to let everybody in the family know what was going on. Well, guess what the power of prayer does? I immediately began to pray when I heard this news, as well as other men and women of God that I personally know. And we all got on one accord. No, we didn't hold hands and stand in a circle. Most of us are in different places. But the fact is, we all at the same time sent our prayers and petitions up to God. And I got a praise report to her even minutes before coming on this show, telling me that today, which is only Wednesday, guys, he has completely been taken off of the breathing tube. He can speak out of his mouth. He can now wiggle his fingers and toes. And I'm here to tell you guys that that is not because of a doctor. That is not because of a nurse. That is not because of an EMT. That is because of the power of prayer and God answering those prayers, that he is now a walking miracle. You hear me? So that's all I want to get you guys to see this week, is that prayer is important. There's a saying that prayer changes things, right? But I just believe that when you pray, it's going to be a change in you. And then you are going to be the person through Christ that's going to be able to change things. So this week, this is the challenge I'm giving all of those that are listening. If you do not know how to pray, I want you to take an hour out of your day this week, and I want you to turn off your phones, your TV, and I want you to put yourself in a place where you just sit and have a conversation with God, because that's all that prayer is, guys. It's just a conversation with God. And don't just sit and ask him for stuff for an hour. Make sure that you're trying to really better yourself on the inside. And for those people that already know how to pray, I want you to pick one person, and I want you to pray for them for the next 7 days. Listen, I got to get out of here, but this is your girl, Nikki D, on the Hey Shameka Show. That has been my quote of hope for you this week. I hope it blessed somebody out there. You can follow me on all my social media pages at The Real Nikki D. That's for everything. And the song I'm going to play for you guys this week is by none other than the beautiful CeCe Winans. And it's simply entitled, guys, Pray.
CeCe Winans, yo CeCe, drop that verse. I know that you think you can pray after that mistake, but I know it's the only way you can make it better. And I know situations get too much for you to take, and you feel like you gon' break, and it makes you say, I can't take it. Will things get better? I'm so frustrated, but it's gonna be okay, 'cause got someone in your corner, gonna be there for you. Just fall on your knees, say a prayer and receive. When the world feels like it's on your shoulders, I pray, you pray, we pray. When your life seems like it's upside down, I pray, you pray, we pray. When your lonely nights are getting colder, I pray, you pray, we pray. I pray, you pray. No matter how dark the day, all you have to do is pray. I know you think you've gone too far and you waited too late. Oh yeah, but I know that he loves you and there's no love greater. And I know that it's hurting and you want your pain to win, and you feel like you can win, and it makes you say, I can't take it. When things get better, I'm so frustrated, but it's gonna be okay. 'Cause got someone in your corner who's gonna be there for you. Just fall on your knees, say a prayer and receive. When the world feels like it's on your shoulders, I pray, you pray, we pray. When your life seems like it's upside down, I pray, you pray, we pray. When your lonely nights are getting
And we are back on the Hey Shameka Show with
Comedian Alicia Coley.
And we just want to thank everyone again for tuning in every week. This is our 4th week. So we appreciate everybody tuning in and staying locked in to the Hey Shameka Show. We appreciate it. And as always, we'll be here next Wednesday, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on IBNX Radio.
Yep, stay tuned in and locked in, and tell a friend to listen in. Oh, I just rhymed. Y'all wasn't ready.
Y'all have a good week, y'all. We'll see you next Wednesday.
Yep.
IBNX. IBNXradio.com.
I was like, okay,
perfect.
okay. I will be going to Atlanta Hawks games this season.
We will be going to Atlanta Hawks games for various reasons.
Various reasons.
For various reasons.
But they're excited. And you said something to me, and I'm going to let you say it because I feel like this might be a team that you're going to say won in this draft.
This was my first. Well, I got the Suns winning, of course.
Okay.
My second team that I picked, obviously, was the Atlanta Hawks. Now, I like the Atlanta Hawks because I'm a big college basketball guy.
Mm-hmm.
So you got 3 guys who you drafted who were phenomenal in college basketball in their own realm, right? Trae Young led this country. For the whole college basketball season, we had him on discussion.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Right?
Every
led
week.
One of the few first players to lead the country in points and assists, right? The pick, the question mark pick was Kev Hoyter out of Maryland.
Yes, but you told me about
who
you.
Not too many people got to see because Kev's from a small town in upstate New York, played on a good AAU program, played in Maryland. They didn't really make any much noise in Maryland, so he kind of fell by the wayside. But what you just did, right? You drafted Kev Hoyter and Trae Young, who are arguably the best 2 shooters in college basketball.
There you go, and this is what you was telling me.
And I think that it's not to compare because they have a lot of work to do, but you potentially just drafted a lower tier version of Steph and Clay.
Exactly, that's what you told me.
These guys, if you had to